Hello everybody. Thank you for registering for the Indoor Succulent Plant Program. Now, in each of your kits, you will have received 3 2-inch plants. You will have received 3 sheets of paper with care instructions for each of the plants. You will have a small bag of Miracle Grow cactus, palm, and citrus potting soil, 1 6.7-inch square pot, and a sheet of paper with succulent care resources from our library and online. I will be putting together my own succulent plant to show you how I am going about this. Now, you can choose to make your plant look however you want. If you want all of the succulents to be planted together, that's your call. Some of you may have received either the purple waffle plant or the pink nerve plant, which are not succulent proper. They are actually tropical plants, so they will need a little bit more water than the traditional succulent. So on each of those care sheets, you will see tips to try to only water the roots of that plant and avoid the succulents, so as not to cause root rot in the succulents. So what we can start to do is just open up our bag of potting soil and just dump it into the pot. Just clump it down and get it a little level. And now you can start potting your plants. So I will be starting with my purple waffle plant. Now, as I said, the purple waffle plant will need a little bit more water as opposed to other other plants that are in your kit. And when you are planting it, just try to make a little hole so that you can settle the plant in there and just kind of grab it out of the little pot as best you can, so not to disturb any roots. And you can just plant it nicely in there. Try and cover up those gaps from the hole. And then just continue on with the next plant. So this guy is a little funky looking. This is the Ekiavara Polydonus. Now it looks like it was planted in there a little sideways, which is not a problem. Succulents are easily propagated, which means that you can use a clipping or a leaf from a succulent to easily grow a new succulent plant. So we can try to get some of this extra dirt off, and you can see the root there. So this root should have no problem being planted in there and growing, as long as we don't overwater it and it gets enough sunlight. This next plant is the Aeonium Herbicum, and excuse my pronunciation, they're a little funky names, most of these have some pretty funky names, so I may not pronounce them the right way. But with this plant, you see actually we have a little clipping there we may be able to use as long as it has a good root, but it looks like this one is a little bit a little shot, so it may not actually work to create a new plant. So we can get that excess soil off of there. You can see it's a little dry because you don't want to water these guys too much, so it's okay that these are, well, the soil is a little dry here. Now create a little hole and you plant it in there like that. And then here is my final plant, the Graptivaria Bashful. And you can see this one's got a little farther down in there. So I'm just gonna have to jimmy it out of there. Okay, and now open this up and we can plant you in there. So this is my finished indoor succulent plant, and you can choose to plant yours succulents, and whether you've got a tropical plant close together or far apart, or maybe not even in the same pot. That's your call. And as I mentioned earlier, propagation is something that you might be interested to know about. So if one of your leaves ever falls off and you see that it has a good root on it still, you should be able to take that clipping or just pull off a little piece of your succulent as so. You want to just be very gentle. And now this may be useful. This may actually work to grow a new plant, although you may have to get a better cut off of your plant. So what you would do is just put it in the soil and you let it sit, and it should eventually take root and grow. Now you will see in your kit that there are some resources to find out about propagation. So you may want to visit this code right here to figure out whether you will be able to propagate some clippings or any fallen leaves from your plant. And you can also visit some of these other links to get some videos for succulents for beginners, or some books in our county catalog, or on the library website for some electronic books and audiobooks. Thanks again for joining me for the Indoor Succulent Plant Program. Be sure to give your plants enough sunlight, and check with each care guide to see what is best for your plants. And be mindful of the little warning I have put towards the bottom of each of the care guides, because some of these plants may be toxic to humans and animals. You will also see at the bottom of each care guide is the source for where I received the information to care for these plants. So you can always visit that link to see some more information about your plant. And Google is a wonderful thing, so you can always Google some resources for taking care of your plants as well. I will be giving you guys the resources in an email as well, that including these resources on the instruction or the succulent care resource sheet. So if you have any questions, you can always contact the library and we can see what we can help you with, or just hop on the internet and see what you can find. There's a lot of great information out there. And this is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoy your succulents or your tropical plant, and have a good day.